The DMV Hoops Podcast.
This is Jonathan Scribner, head girls basketball coach at St. John's College High School, and this is the DMV Hoops Podcast.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast. I am Kurt Cross, your host, and as always, we are here at the Capital Hoops Summer League at DeMatha. Summer League is in full swing. The live period is, well, the ladies are next weekend, and the next couple of weeks after that, we're going to have the Division I, the Division II, the Division III, and the JUCO live periods here. As you know, we bring you the coaches, we bring you the interviews, we bring you the players, and of course, we can be heard on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and everywhere you get your podcast content. I was stuck for a minute. Let's welcome none other than Fairfax Christians, Mr. James Barker Jr. Sir, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, man. An early morning, had 2 early games. I need some coffee and some food in me, but I'm okay.
Well, there's a snack bar up there, but they're gonna hit your pockets for
man, for a
few
hot dog
dollars.
and nachos, that's a lot of money.
Right. Look, Coach, the first thing I want to tell you, it's just summer league, dog. Can you take it easy? Can you take it easy? I see you dropped a hundo on him. You dropped a hundo on him. But as we know, I used to coach for 24 years on the girls' side. The score's not what we're looking at so much.
Right.
We have plans in November.
There you go.
Talk to me about how this Capital Hoops Summer League prepares your team for the regular season.
Well, it gives us a great look at the competition level that we know we're going to see come playoff time for our states and our conference tournament come late February. No other summer league in the area can you get this level of talent on the floor. No. So this is a really good look, and it lets you know where you are, and lets you know what you need to work on.
Okay, and I don't know what you need to work on. You have, you got 4 players in double figures. You've got 3 other players with 9 points. If someone gives up a point here or there, you're going to have 5-6 players, in double figures. Paula, what you got for this young man?
We just had Mr. Siakabe on, and he was talking about how him and some of the players are like family. Mm-hmm. And that was just absolutely incredible. And I just wanted to know what you do to foster that, and how you had how the guys became that way, and what you did to make that happen.
Well, our program model is our family versus your team.
Ooh.
So everything we do is predicated on caring about that next person beside you, making sure they're okay, more than basketball. We have kids in our program that graduated, went on, but they come back to see everybody. It's just a family atmosphere. We have cookouts, we have outings, and we just want to make sure that every kid in our program and family member is loved and appreciated, and they feel that. When the kids know that you really care, they care, and then it kind of spreads to everyone else.
Time out. Where was our invite? I live in Kensington, Maryland. That's what I heard.
Right.
And I didn't hear he didn't bring us a plate.
Look, in late July, we have a full family cookout, what we call it, is for all of our players right now and the ones that have come in the past. It's a fun time.
That's awesome.
This is what I'll tell you. Right here, so everyone here's my promise. I've been in the DJ business for 39 years.
Yes.
I'm going to give you our card. You want a DJ, you got a DJ for that event if you want. We got photo booths. And I'm going to see, actually, some of his players were up in our photo booth earlier.
They sure were.
Yeah.
Yes, they were. But here's the thing. You said a few things here. Let's make sure that we recognize that attitude reflects leadership.
Yes.
And if he's preaching family, they're showing family.
Yes.
That's number one. And he said something else that we subscribe to. Kids don't care what you know until they know that you care.
Yes.
Right? So we need these kids to be cared about beyond basketball. Not everyone's going to be Division I. Not everyone's going to be an NBA or EYBL or overseas or whatever. So, we appreciate what you do in terms of fostering that more than just the hard.
So one thing I'm proud of is the kids on the team now. I got to my school in 2020.
Okay.
They have seen a graduate from every year I've been there come back and talk to them and work out with them. So kids from 2020, I call them kids 2020, they're like 25 now, right?
Right.
2020, 2021, 2022, et cetera. They've all come back to talk to these kids and foster that with them, and understand the relationship, that the relationship doesn't end just because you graduate. You're always a part of our program.
They're always brothers.
Yep.
So here, and our son is in private school, so he feels that brotherhood at his private school as well. I call games on Military Road. I call games at Prep, at St. Andrews, and all of that. But several years ago, when I called one of the tournaments, I saw Fairfax Christian on the schedule. I get their roster, and I hadn't heard so much about Fairfax Christian. I'm like, there's no way these guys are coming in and doing something. But in the DMV, we have the best basketball in the country. I'm not biased. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Last year, the Max Preps #1 team in the country came to D.C. and took 2 big whoopings. The team from Texas, right?
Yep.
They took a whooping from St. John's and maybe DeMatha that weekend at a Bishop McNamara tournament, I think. We have the teams here. We have the coaches. We have the players. I'm glad to see this more than, and with no hate, obviously I love all the programs, but I love to see this more than DeMatha.
Yeah.
It's more than Carroll. It's more than McNamara, St. John's, Gonzaga, and all that. How have you elevated Fairfax Christian? When did this all happen?
Well, I started here, I think I'm going to year 7. It's been a journey,
right?
You know, so we don't get the kid that wants to go to DeMatha. His choices aren't DeMatha or Fairfax Christian.
Right.
They're DeMatha or PVI in St. John's. So we get the kids that, you know, are good but need to be developed a little more, need a little more time. And it's you know, everything's just in roses, and, you know, I get on them. Don't get me wrong. I coach my kids. And it gets difficult at times, but when you fight through the other side, you understand that there's love there, and they know that I love them, so it helps. But, yeah, building this program, it's been tough, but we're just able to find kids that fit what we do, kids with the right attitude, and are willing to learn.
You've had some Virginia Players of the Year. Don't make it seem like you don't get the talent. You get the talent, and you develop the talent. I imagine.
We develop it, but what I'm saying is we're competing with the likes of the St. John's and those teams, but we don't get what they get coming out of high school. If I talk to one of those kids, and I run the top middle school league in the area of the PYBL. If I talk to one of the kids in my league about coming to my school, they look at me like I disrespected them.
Okay.
Like, what do you mean? I'm going to, McNamara.
You got to mold them a little bit.
Yeah. So the kids I get, they're hungry for something different. They want to learn and they want to play in this, and they want you guys to interview them.
Right.
So, they go through the process and it works out. So I had 7 seniors when you saw us. So I had 7 seniors that year 2 years ago. Okay. Which means now these kids came in last year, 7 sophomores, juniors, and it was a road. Okay.
Right.
It was a process. I think we won 1 game this week last year. We're 6-0 now. We ended up winning the state championship last year because it took time. But, yeah, it was a process last year with some frustrating times, but we got through the other side of it.
But, I had another coach on here from Tacoma Academy, and I'm hearing from him what I'm hearing from you. We don't want these young people to consider Fairfax Christian last chance university.
No.
I mean, you're gonna get some burn. You're going to get some bump.
Yeah.
And you're going to play some games. And, I mean, what better place to do it? Mark Stern has put together a great summer league here. You're going to get some competition. And the kids are going to get to get that bump against teams that, you're going to play BCC, you're going to play Patriot, but you're also going to play DeMatha, you're going to play Bullis, and you're going to get those games in. And as a private school, you get to sort of craft at least parts of your schedule. What are you doing in that schedule to coach these kids up?
Well, we play a really competitive schedule. We get a lot of showcase events, especially this year with everybody coming back. And so, a game like the St. John's, I'll tell the St. John's coach staff, say, hey, you got any room? Yes. Right. I'm never going to say no. Right. So we're going to fill it. We're going to play everybody we can, make our schedule as tough as possible so our guys can be seen. And then it all helps us out as states at the end of the year. Because in our states, we're not going to see a St. John's at, Division III in Virginia.
Right.
So those things help.
Hold on, Paul, 1 second. I did talk to Mr. Siaka Bay about an hour and a half ago. Are you from the DMV?
Yes. PG County, born and raised.
Where'd you go to school?
Friendly.
10,000 Allentown Road, Friendly?
Yes, sir.
I know Friendly.
Yeah.
You and me are not. I'm older than you, I think. Yeah. But me and you are not Commanders fans. We're Redskins fans.
There you go.
All right. And Mr. Siaka Bay said something. I'm just going to tell you what your player said. I asked him who's his rival and all that kind of stuff. And he said that his attitude is the same as yours. Anybody, anywhere, anytime. And he said Coach would say the same.
I feel like Frank is the most skilled, in my opinion, the most skilled big in the area.
Okay.
He's really worked on his game. He's cultivated his game. The guys at New World have really done a good job helping him as well, skill development-wise. And I feel like, there aren't many bigs you're going to see that can do what Frank can do. He can push the basketball. He's really a great passer. You can play 5 out and switch defensively. He can guard 2 through 5.
Okay.
I mean, I love Frank's game. And he's just such a thinker. He calls me too much. Like every New World game, he calls me, Coach, did you see it? Coach, what you think? Frank, leave me alone. I'm out with my family, and we are at dinner.
You just said TGI Fridays.
Yeah, Frank, I did not watch you play. I'm sorry. But he's just a great kid, man. Just a great kid.
What you got, Paul?
So as a coach, what are you learning about your team over the summer as well as your coaching staff?
Well, my staff, we've been together. It's, we're a veteran group, and my whole team came back from last season. We added 1 kid, Shane. Okay. So I kind of know who my guys are. But, every year is different. It's different dynamics. So now we have 8 seniors. Last year it was 7 juniors. So now with 8 seniors, are you still going to play the game the right way, knowing that colleges are coming out looking at you and doing this? And that's what I'm proud of. We're still sharing the ball. Our assist numbers are still good. We're still looking out for each other, because when you have a lot of seniors, that pressure starts getting on. You want to go to school.
Well, what does our future look like then, too, if we have 8 seniors?
There you go. Well, we work on that. We'll get to that point when we get there.
All right.
That was me 2 years ago. Then I brought this group in.
Right.
And I said after that group, I was like, I don't want these seniors this year. I want to have them for 2 years.
Right.
And look, we got hit in the head here a lot last year.
Okay.
And early in the season, but I think we ended up winning our last 12 or 13 games.
All right.
In the state championship.
And your coaching staff, you said you're...
Same staff. Nothing changed here. The continuity is there. We understand who we are. We understand what our roles are.
All right, so I've seen your games, but some of our listeners may not. This is the quietest you will ever hear this gym, by the way.
Yeah, right.
Everybody's on the free throw line or something. Coach, I know what your team looks like. I've seen it over the years. But explain to the listeners, what is the DNA of Fairfax Christian basketball?
Fairfax Christian basketball is we play at a high tempo. We're going to play with passion. We're going to play with heart. We're going to push the basketball.
You know what else they're going to do, Paula? Tell me if I'm wrong. Last game, they were on court 2. People on court 1 stopped because of that tomahawk dunk I saw down there.
Right down there.
So it's going to be exciting, too, is what I'm hearing.
And that's cool because, we aren't usually that team. We're pretty good. And, if you got us on schedule, we're going to give you a game. But we're not the team that everybody walks over and sees play. So that's fun, man.
Well, okay, you got their ear. Give them a reason to come to Fairfax Christian. Why should they come see y'all play this winter?
You're going to see a team play hard. We're going to play the right way. We're going to play real basketball. We're going to play with tempo. And we're going to have fun. We're going to throw some oops. We're going to dunk the basketball. We're going to play full pressure defense. We're going to be a show.
Does Fairfax Christian charge to get into the games?
No.
So it's a free game.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
I see a date in our future, Paula.
I do too.
And maybe a hot dog.
Hey.
She might buy me some popcorn.
There you go.
Coach, what do you want the people to know about Fairfax Christian? If you give me your elevator pitch, why Fairfax Christian? Why play under you? Why attend the school?
Why Fairfax Christian? It's a high-level education. You get a prep school education for less than a lot of the prep schools going to charge you. You're going to play a high-level schedule. You're going to have fun playing basketball. You're going to learn to play basketball at a high level. And you're going to have a really good opportunity to go to college and continue.
Paula, what you got for this young man before you let him go?
I love that. It all sounds great, and I look forward to seeing a great season that's coming up, and I wouldn't mind an invite to a cookout.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Don't forget
I got the card, definitely. I want to say I appreciate you guys talking to me, talking to Frank. We appreciate everything that we get. Thank you for this.
No. I want you to know this, too, before I let you go. It's easy to do the story on St. John's and McNamara. And my good friend Steve Turner, who just left from
Good friend of mine as well.
I've known him for 40 years. We went to Eastern Junior High School together.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, God, yes. It's easy to talk to Mike Jones, the former and the current Mike Jones. I need to give exposure to the girls' game and to the schools who people might not know Fairfax Christian.
Yep.
I want to go to Kennedy High School. I want to go to Northwood High School, where they're not great at basketball, but they deserve this outlet as well. These are young people. These are young people, and they're dynamic young people. And when I hear, I'm going off on a tangent now, but when I hear people say our young people are lost, they're not lost. We're failing to lead them as adults.
I believe that too.
Give them this platform, because you know what? There's a kid out here where this is going to be their last season. They're not going to play at the next level. Let's give them the fun.
And this may be their only interview they get, and they'll remember this for their life, that they got interviewed today.
So let's give them that. I think Mr. Siakabe has more interviews in his future.
Does,
but look, Coach Parker, thank you so much. If you will, we'd love to come out there and podcast from out there for one of your games this season. And we're excited about Fairfax Christian. I hope to see you at either Bayham Classic or Mayhem or Military or something with the Capital Hoops brand on it this winter.
Talk to Mark, man. Talk to Mark.
I'll talk to Mark. We'll make it happen. Folks, this is the DMV Hoops Podcast. Mr. James Parker Jr. with Fairfax Christian. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The DMV Hoops Podcast is hosted by Kirk Cross, featuring Adam Crain. Thanks for listening.